Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Paige DeSorbo, the co-host of Giggly Squad. I have exciting news. McDonald's has all new McCrispy strips. It's chicken made for dipping. Tender, juicy white meat chicken with a golden brown, peppery breading. It's chicken so good it deserves its own sauce. The creamy chili McCrispy strip dip, a sauce that's creamy, savory, and sweet with a little heat. But it works with any of our sauces. I'm personally a barbecue sauce girl. Even sometimes I like ketchup. I'm just like basic sometimes. But I also need it in addition to any new sauces I'm trying. With a new creamy chili McCrispy strip dip, it's chicken made for dipping, only at McDonald's.
Ever wonder what your lashes are destined for? The cards have spoken. Maybelline New York Mascara does it all. Whether you crave fully fan lashes with Lash Sensational, big, bold volume from the Colossal, a dramatic lift with Falsies Lash Lift, or natural-looking volume from Great Lash, your perfect lash future awaits. Manifest your best mascara today. Shop Maybelline New York and discover your lash destiny. Shop now at Walmart.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Noah Fresh, Culture Uncut podcast. And we back at it like some crack addicts. You know what I'm saying?
Buddy.
It's Mr. I always got my people with me. You already know what it do. What's good, Trey?
Feeling good, man. You know, 2024 Soca of the Year, man. Mr. Splash and Dash ready to kick it off, man. End the year off with a bang, boy. Big
End
bang.
the year off with a bang like that?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to end the year off with a bang. If you ain't, then you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean?
So, how was your Christmas, bro?
My Christmas was cool, man. It was different, bro. To be real with you, it wasn't like it didn't seem as festive as like previous Christmases. But
why?
I guess because you know, as you get older and as the kids get older, it kind of takes away that Christmas spirit in a sense. I mean, the spirit was still there. We had the house was decorated, you know, the gifts and we was listening to the music, you know, I had some Money Long going, some Big Glow going.
Big
and,
Glow?
Yeah, I had Big
Glow. You weren't playing
going.
no Mariah Carey, bro? I told you about that. How you playing rap on Christmas, bro? It's Christmas.
You gotta mix it up, man. You can't just keep playing the same damn old Christmas songs every year, man. You gotta mix it up.
It's the Christmas spirit. Glow really is not anything Christmas about. Like, bro, I don't want to hear that on Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to pull a pistol out on Christmas, dog. I'm just not gonna happen.
She ain't talk about pulling out pistols. She did talk about dropping off that sack. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even want to hear that. That's just I want to hear some melody. So it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Some jolly stuff like that, bro. Like you supposed to be vibed out on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? This boy up here with pistol in his pants, sitting in the living room, looking out the window and stuff, bro.
Yeah, you gotta make sure nobody slide down that chimney, man. You gotta make sure the crib's straight, boy.
Gotta make sure
Glow protecting us from the doggone, you know what I'm saying, the Grant. How was yours, though? I'll get back to mine, but how was yours?
Mine was straight, bro. I ain't do too much. Like I say, man, it hasn't been feeling like Christmas like the last two Christmas. I don't know. It's the weather, for one. Bro, it was hot. It was hot, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was hot.
Well, I think that's typical for California, though, right? I mean, y'all don't really have a whole lot of seasons like that out there.
We got good seasons, bro. It be chilly, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have to wear a jacket on.
Do the leaves change and everything?
Yeah.
Really?
It depends on if you got trees. It ain't a lot of trees out here. It's concrete jungle. And then it costs you to water that stuff. Anything that's green, that's natural, bro, you got to water that, bro.
Man, yeah, you got to keep it moist. You know what I'm saying? But my, we just chill. My daughter, her birthday is Christmas Eve. We, celebrated her birthday, went out to, I don't know if you ever did virtual reality, sandbox joint. You ever did that?
And what the hell is that?
Man, you got to check it out, dog. You got to check out the sandbox, man. So
what is the sandbox?
It's just the name of the place is just called Sandbox, but it's like
it's like laser tag?
It's not like laser tag. It's virtual reality. You put on the whole set, like you put on the goggles, then you put on the vest, then you pick your weapon of choice, and you pick your game of choice, and they just put you in a live game. And then, you know, as a collective, we had to go, you know, kill some of these doggone Walking Dead people, dog.
How much was that, like 150?
It was about, you know, 50 per person.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How long you go, an hour or what?
It's about a good hour and a half, man. You work up a sweat hanging in front with you, dog.
They give you like guns, like you put on a suit and stuff, like you running through the field?
Yeah, man. I mean, you only can stay in that little square, though. You can't go too crazy up in there. People kick you out their place, dog.
Do they play Gorilla?
No, I had Gorilla playing in my head, though. They ain't have to play that. That's like a everyday playlist. Like, you sleeping on that Gorilla Christmas song, man. It's a sleeper, bro.
I ain't vibing with it, cousin.
It's a sleeper, man.
It's just not my vibe. It's just not my vibe. That's like, I'm just not listening to no gangster music on Christmas, bro.
It ain't gangster.
I'm not trying to bang on Christmas, bro.
I mean, you know, gangsters need love, too. They celebrate Christmas. Are you hating? I tell you what, though. Outside of that, we went, I don't know if you guys still do this. I know it was one of the things, like, growing up. We went and looked at the Christmas lights. You know, drove around.
Where?
It's called Illumination, but it was down in some part of Atlanta, but it looks like this really nice neighborhood. But they put on a whole this church called, forget the name of the church, it don't even matter right now, but this church, they kind of sponsor it, and then they pretty much just light up the whole doggone neighborhood, bro, and then you get to like walk through the whole little city that they got set up. It was a nice vibe, dog.
I don't know, man. It's some houses out here that have lights, but the electricity is so expensive out here, bro. Ain't nobody trying to run no lights.
Man, come on, man. Y'all can't run no water. Y'all ain't got no damn lights going.
Man,
why you live like y'all can't afford that shit? Why y'all living out there, man? You can't afford to turn the damn lights on and water your grass. You need to find somewhere else to live.
That's why you get fake grass. You gotta get fake grass, bro.
So y'all got candles going on 24/7? What y'all rocking with?
Hell yeah. We get some tiki torches. You walk around the house with tiki torches on. You feel me?
So y'all don't decorate at all in the crib?
Nah.
So you didn't. I see why you didn't have why you wasn't really into it. Only thing y'all did was a damn Elf on the Shelf.
I got in trouble for that. I can't talk about it. Can't talk about Elf on the Shelf, bro.
Well, how you get in trouble?
I can't. I just leave that alone. I'm not talking about Elf on the Shelf, bro.
Oh man, y'all beefing over the Elf?
I ain't got no words, no comment.
Hey man, people in the comments, man, tell us what y'all think happened in Nova House with the Elf on the Shelf, man. He got 3 of them damn things. I don't know how you get in trouble.
Next topic. Next topic, man. What coffee you been drinking, bro?
Man, I just ordered that Cali Blue, boy. That doggone Nova Fresh Cali Blue, man. That's what's new on the horizon for me. I gave it a spin. My first go at it today. Came in the mail yesterday. Gave it a spin today.
How'd you like it?
I want to try it with some creamer. You know, I want to try it, like today I just tried it with honey, and I felt like it was missing something. You know what I'm saying?
Who put honey in
You know, it's a sweetener, bro. Like it's a thing. Some people put honey. You got agave, brown sugar. You look like a regular granulated sugar type of guy.
Trey said the name of the church and don't even right?
Well, yeah, man. I say it don't matter because they them people is a scam, bro. I ain't gonna even give them no shout.
Oh, Scientology.
Hey, they might as well be a damn Scientology the way they doggone taxing people to come see some lights.
Thank you, Stephanie. She talking about honey and coffee. Hey, turn your TikTok down. Cause getting the echo. Honey and coffee, dog, bro. I'm 100% with you, Steph. Ain't no honey and no coffee. Like, that's what you got sugar for. You don't get the little sugar cubes. You don't put the little sugar cubes in there.
What? Yeah, y'all are lost in the sauce.
You can do the raw sugar.
Yeah, I said it. I name every last one of them sweeteners that you can do. I would take you for a sweet and low type of guy. Mm-hmm.
No, that's fake sugar. Why the hell would I eat fake sugar, bro? I'm gonna go get, bro. I grew up on real sugar. We had sugar cane out there.
I tell you what, man. If you never try honey in your coffee, give it a try. It's a little bit healthier than
because it's gonna burn it. it's going to have like a little, like, you know what I'm saying? Caramelized taste. It's burning. It's going into something hot.
It's
So,
nice
like,
Manuka honey, man. It got a distinct taste to it already, man. You never even tried it, so how you know?
shout out Deb. She said Europeans. Cream brulee. Thank you, Deb. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Cream brulee in your coffee.
Man, no, man. You know how to, creme brulee is like egg yolk. Come on now.
That's what it's going to be in your coffee, like you little crackhead.
Come on,
because it's going to
bro.
crystallize because of the heat.
What kind of drugs y'all on? See,
I ain't on no drugs.
Read my shirt, man. Shout out to Chi-Chi, man. I gotta
That's fire.
protect my aura, man. I gotta protect my aura today because y'all got a whole lot of crazy.
No, he didn't, Deb.
Super sugary, tangy energy going on right now. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I gotta protect my aura, man. But if you never tried it, man, if you guys have never tried none of our coffee, it's on teacuppodcast.com. That's TCUPODCAST.com. Man, we got it all on there, man. We got the Cali Blue. We got some of that good old Trace Sitso, which is one of my favorite right there. It's the Sit Spring Espresso. That's usually my go-to. I will say add honey, but y'all beefing with the honey, so add whatever you like to it. If y'all got your own coffee recipe, shoot it our way and we'll judge it then, since y'all want to judge mine.
Hey, Steph, my coffee get up to 400 degrees, like Juvenile. You hear me? 400 degrees when my water come out.
See, that's a lot, man. Water don't get no higher than 212 degrees, man.
Bro, I get it 400 degrees. I put a gallon in there and it come out 8 ounces. You feel me?
Water cannot get over the temperature of 212
That's
degrees.
why I put a gallon in there, because it evaporate. Evaporation leads to condensation, which leads to precipitation, bro. I know this stuff, bro.
Sound like a whole lot of ejaculation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Since you on the 400 degrees talk, I haven't turned that Kendrick off since it came. But Kendrick got him wild, but got him a banger. I know you're hating a little bit. I know you're hating on K-Dot.
That I haven't turned it back on since I forgot it came out. I
know a hater when I hear one.
Yeah, baby. I'm for real.
You really ain't listening to that Kendrick like that, bro. You need to.
No.
You need some therapy, man. You need to get some help, because you ain't really like. I had it on repeat since it's been out, though. It's a banger, bro. Only song I don't like on it is the Reincarnated song. That's the only one. Outside of that, everything is.
Say so. I'm gonna trust your judgment on this, brother. But
no, I think he got some tricks up his sleeve for the Super Bowl, and I wanted to ask you, since you you from Louisiana, you about to be down there for the Super Bowl. Do you think? You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne is gonna join them win the Super Bowl.
I don't think it matters, really, honestly. I ain't looking for it. I ain't checking for it. I'm not gonna watch the halftime show.
Oh, you banning the Super Bowl now? What the hell? Well,
they should have had the Hot Boys out there, man. Hot Boys should have did a halftime show, bro. I don't want to see no Kendrick Lamar, bro. I ain't feeling it. I'm not.
You banning the whole Super Bowl or just a halftime?
No, just a halftime show. I'm gonna go refill my chips in my coffee. Chef say, no wonder you don't have water to water your grass, wasting it making coffee. No, it evaporates and goes into the little tube, the condensation, and then it precipitates back down. So I don't lose it because it's like a little bubble, intricate bubble.
Yeah, you just told a lie. You just wasted a whole lot of water. Like you said, you so concerned about your water bill, but you just boiling water away, just letting it go.
It's a lot of people upset about that stuff. Steph say Bay already gave us the halftime show of the year. What do you think?
Who already gave us the halftime?
Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce, boy, she brought out the yams, ain't it, boy?
I'm not gonna even lie.
I know y'all hating on. I know y'all hating on y'all.
I'm not gonna even lie, bro. I didn't even watch it. I didn't even know she was performing, and I'm not trying to throw no shade at Beyonce. I didn't know the game was boring, so I definitely didn't stick around. It's 32-2, bro. I don't want to, bro. That game was whack.
Yeah, your conservative showing a little bit. You hate.
What? No, I didn't know she was performing. Seriously, I didn't even know.
That was all over the place, man. Well, what are your take on the backlash that she get?
People just gonna be people, bro. It's Beyonce. They gonna hate regardless, bro. One comment though that I don't agree with. Somebody tried to say that it was a think piece that Beyonce has surpassed Michael Jackson, and I'm like, bruh, I can go, listen, no. Beyonce's good. She ain't no Michael Jackson. She's not no Michael Jackson. She's not even on that level. Like, it's 2 people in the world, 3 people in the world that everybody pretty much knows. Jesus, Pope, and Michael Jackson.
Huh? Nigga, I don't know the Pope.
Everybody know the Pope. You know the Pope, though. See, you might not know his name, but you know the Pope.
So it ain't no, if I don't know him, like it got to be somebody, like, if I see him in a random place, oh, there go the Pope. Like, if the Pope is in some random place, I might think he one of them boys at the doggone light show.
It's on Facebook, Deb. That's why. She's commenting from Facebook. That's why you don't see it, Deb.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the Pope. If you'd have said Michael Jordan, that was one of the ones, like, people, is he Mike? They know Mike, boy, no matter where you go.
Nah, Jesus, the Pope, and Michael Jackson is worldwide known. Like, you could go into the depths of, you go to the Bush tribes in Australia and Africa, in parts of China, and I guarantee you, they know who Michael Jackson.
You got white Jesus in your house?
Hell no.
Okay. So what Jesus they gonna recognize? I figure out. I'm trying to get on trying to do the science of this. You say it's 3 people. Which one they gonna recognize?
You already know which one they brought over there. They gonna know who white Jesus is. Thanks, Deb. 100%. You 100% right, Deb.
What Deb say, man? Go ahead.
Jesus, he wasn't white.
Yeah.
But, you got any final thoughts before we get into the show, bro?
About the holidays? I thought, no, it was a great holidays in regards to Beyonce thing. I thought she did her thing. I had no beef with her performance. I can see some conspiracy. Do you think the timing is bad? Like, considering, like, all the stuff Jay-Z got going on right now, you think they need to be seeing her out there with the cheeks out and, like, you know, that whole situation going on? Or do you think it's like a ploy to kind of like hide some stuff?
I think we haven't even scratched the surface on Diddy stuff. I think there's a due time and due effort place for that. They better get all their money they can. That's what I know. They better perform wherever they can perform. Because if he doesn't take a plea deal and names
I'm talking about Jay-Z.
I know, but it's tied into that Diddy stuff. All this stuff is tied into the Diddy stuff, bro.
He just got cleared of it, though.
I know, but it's all tied in with the Diddy stuff. It's all tied in with the Diddy stuff. He got to distance himself from Diddy. So.
And that's why you think, like, this was a way to kind of get the heat off him? Like, her coming out, you know, he's worked for the NFL. You know, he can pull some strings, but you know what, go out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go cool it down for us and go make some money for us right quick. That was the lawyer fees. She just went and made the lawyer fees that they had to pay to make them cases go away. That's what she did.
They billionaires, man. I don't think they worry about the lawyer fees.
Shoot, that'd be your biggest kill right there. The law, you can have all the money in the world. As soon as you get in trouble, you get in legal trouble, but they eat through that money like it's no tomorrow.
I know billion.
They start selling houses, cars, assets, everything. Them lawyers ain't coming cheap, bro. You got to buy yourself out of that.
I think he got too many doggone blue bloods that's like he attached to kind of like make sure that he don't have that situation when it comes to his financial matters and legal situation.
I think they gonna get him, bro.
But I'm curious to see. Actually, like I'm to the point where I'm just like so exhausted with all that, you know, black celebrity Diddy and us being distracted by these different scenarios, overwhelming at times. You know what I mean? Like, all right, I don't even want to hear no more about it.
Deb said she don't need no lawyer. She said she won more cases. She won more cases without him on her own. She don't need no lawyer.
She couldn't win the country album of the year though. She couldn't win that. So she, you know what I'm saying? That's who mad at her, you know what I'm saying? Them boy like, how dare you gonna go put that dog on half-ass country album out and then come out with the cheeks out and just disrespect our genre like that. Mm-hmm.
That's what you think it was?
That's why they really mad. They're like, what? Ain't no way, man. Get this out the genre. Get this out the whole genre.
Let's get it started, man. Let's go into the positive culture news, brother. Let's get it, man. You got a good one on the agenda here.
You check her out?
Yeah, I checked out. You know I did, man.
Man, shout out to Aisha Bowe, man. Positive black news, man. Aisha Bowe, man. I think it's pronounced Bowe or Bowie. Depends on, you know what I'm saying, what part of the island you from.
I think it's wherever you're from. If you're north of Arkansas, it's Bowie. And below Arkansas is Bowie. But she ain't got no I in there, so I think it's Bowie.
Yeah, I don't think it's a lot of things missing in the Arkansas educational system. So I don't think I wouldn't use them as a, you know what I'm saying, the level Oh, my bad, DJ Brody. No shade. No, shout out to Aisha Bo, man. She aerospace engineer. She tech entrepreneur, and she's set to become the first Black woman to travel to space with Blue Origin, man. She's about to go out there.
That's major. What's crazy is, so she was an average student in high school, right? Doesn't mean, sometimes GPA isn't indicative of what the person, how smart and great the person is. Sometimes it's just effort. So she graduated high school with a 2.3 GPA.
Golly.
She went to community college, and then while she was in community college, she said, "You know what, bro? Let me stop playing around. Let me dig deep. Let me go and show them what I can do." I'm pretty sure somebody probably challenged her. So then she enrolled into the University of Michigan, got into the aerospace engineer program, became a rocket scientist, got a job with NASA, created 2 STEM companies, and it's just handling business. Handling business, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bahamas too, man. You know, that's one good news. You know, they put your boy. They put old Herschel Walker. He's over the Bahamian adversary or whatever it's called right now. I'm messing up my words, but
embassy.
Yeah, he's the advocate. He's the Bahamian advocate right now. That's what
ambassador. He's the ambassador.
No, he's the ambassador of Bahamas. That's what he is. Yeah,
you lying. I know you lying.
Hey man,
they nominated him for They nominated him for that position.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no way. Ain't no.
Mr. CTE.
I told you, brother. It was like he probably walked in the room eating a coconut, and it was like, "I'm sitting under the Bahamas." He'll be the ambassador for the Bahamas. Yeah, he is. He's You're not like, bro. They was like, "Oh, he got an accent. Oh, he sounds like an island guy. Send him to the Bahamas. He drinking coconut water," and it was like, "Oh, send him over there. He's already connected."
That boy brain dead, man. He had a helmet on too when they gave the news. You think they got a lot of stuff that's going on in space right now, especially like with the drones and stuff. You know, I hope they ain't sending sis out there, you know, to be the ones to get to the aliens first, man. You know what I'm saying? They like to send us out there first. You know, we the first one to die in scary movies.
Rob said he could have joined NASA, but the U.S. Navy. All right, Rob.
He could have joined NASA, but what?
The Navy called him first. He went to the Navy first.
Oh, well, man, I know a lot
don't care who tell it. A lot don't care who tell it. But, man, that's great news for her, though, man. Positive news, especially for Black women. Like, she just showed you, like, whenever you say, "Hey, I'm going to go ahead and knock this out and do it," you do whatever you put your mind to. And she is living that and breathing that and walking that dream.
Man, she's making history, man. I mean, I hope a lot of, like, young Black women can see what she's got going on, to see the path that she's creating. And, you know, who knows what the future holds for that STEM for Black women, and also, like, you know, space travel.
Yes, indeed. So, any final thoughts on that, brother?
Yeah, final thoughts, man. You know, you can have a 2.3 GPA. Shout out to you for digging up the backstory on all that, man. You can go through life, you know, and society, and these people can tell you that you're average or you're below average, and you can still, like, know what you're passionate about and chart a way and still get to success, you know, no matter what nobody says. So that's my final thoughts on that one. So salute to you for digging up that backstory, man. I didn't know that.
For sure, man. Let's get into it, bro. In today's culture, bro, we got some good ones on this one, bro.
It's a lot going on, bro. It's a lot going on. We ain't even got some of this stuff on the docket, man. I want to ask you who you think winning right now? The Cowboys. They got the Cowboys versus the Indians going on right now. I don't know who winning that battle.
Well, Robert's winning it right now, bro. Look at this. So TD Bank just got a fine because they pled guilty to money laundering and violating the Bank Secrecy Act. They're the 10th largest bank in the United States. They're the largest bank in the U.S., in U.S. history, to ever plead guilty to this, basically committing fraud. And it was only fined $1.8 billion. They let $18.3 trillion in transactions happen that they didn't pay attention to. They even had, like, delinquent accounts that should have been closed, and people were just drug dealers and, like, people that are no good are moving money through TD Bank, and they just turned their blind eye, and all they get was a $1.8 billion fine. Where the money go to? Like when the government, because the government's supposed to represent us, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like the U.S. the government versus TD Bank. Where that 1.8 billion go?
Yeah, this been going on for years, man, and it's not random; it's intentional. When it comes to like redlining,
it was deliberate. Yeah. It was deliberate, and they pled guilty, but nobody went to jail. Nobody got locked up, bro. If you forget 1, 2 on your thing, bro, they on your top.
You saw the this is recent, right, with TD Banks, but it also been happening a lot in recent with like USAA. Navy Federal, when it comes to like military members as well, as far as being like redliner and like denied loans in a lot of situations, also money laundering. And it just like, it makes you wonder like how much like all these banks are doing when it comes to like marginalized communities.
It's just sickening, bro. It's sickening to see that they can just openly and willingly commit fraud and nothing happens to them. They don't get penalized nowhere. Nothing happens. It's just business. Oh, just pay this fine. No jail time. Y'all deliberately did it. So don't worry about it. Just pay this fine that it goes nowhere. Like I'm going to have to research where these fines go because I ain't getting a check for nothing.
Exactly. I mean, them fines is going to be like a drop in the bucket when it comes to like how much money that they already done, got. Like it's not even gonna be equivalent to the punishment that it rightfully deserves. They need to be like shut down or some like extravagant gotta happen to that institution for them to like set a precedence of like, yo, this can't happen. And that's just never the case. They always slap on the hand and they get to keep on operating business and finding a way to send out their apology and just move on.
And they still open. They still open for business. Like you deliberately did this and you still open for business. It's just like they said during the pandemic. The number one thing that kept the banks going, during the banking crisis, the mortgage crisis, besides the bailout, the drug cartels kept the banks going, kept them afloat because all the drug money was circulating through the banks. Like they play a part in this. Come on. People depositing large sums of money into these bank accounts and, man, yeah. We know.
So what do you think would be like a way to like stop this from happening? Like what could be done, you think? Like what should be done? What should be done?
They should lock the bank. They should lock the people at the banks that's in violation of this, the CEOs and the leaders. They should lock them up. Somebody need to do jail time. And then I want to just know where the fines go. We paying these fines. Where it go?
If you was, I don't know if you bank with them at all, but if you did bank with them, would you continue to bank with them? Or like, would you think like, I think that would be the biggest hit to them if like they just like, all right, give everybody who banking with them an opportunity to be able to like switch their money to somebody else. Like I think they gotta like, it gotta be a way that it's gonna like impact them like the function of the bank. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole system. Like it gotta be a way that like a type of punishment that's gonna make them not ever do nothing like this again. Otherwise, like I don't know, like I don't think this punishment fits the crime at all.
It don't, but it is what it is, man.
What's your takes on like black-owned bank?
It's not I don't know too much. I don't know too many. They are there. There are some there. It's just they're like localized, so it's kind of hard to get to. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in the bigger cities they have some prominent black banks. But it's like me personally, I just always prefer credit unions because the ATM fees, access, things like that. So
I think, there's like for here, they got Citizen Trust Bank is a black-owned bank in Atlanta. And they got another one, I think it's called like Greenwood maybe. But I think there's some pros and cons when it comes to like banking local. I know when we was like looking for homes at one point, sometimes the local bank would have lower interest rates than the credit union. And then we were like, all right, well, let's go with the local bank for this loan. But I can also understand like credit unions, they're just dealing with a whole different, like they just got a larger pool of resources.
Yeah, I think it's more personal at the credit unions. The big banks don't really talk to you unless you got like 250 in the bank. Then they get a little back room. But the big banks, they charge you for every little thing. How you gonna charge me to have my money at your bank? Charge you an account maintenance fee. Like what you maintaining? And then they take your money. What I really don't like about banks overall is They will take my money, leverage it, make investments with my money. Most people give me 0.000000001% back, but they charge people 30% interest on everything.
I think it's worth a deeper look though, like for people to start thinking of other banking options, because like you said, the credit unions like Navy Federal, they face lawsuits for aggressive debt collection practices for for charging like junior members like a crazy fee, for different services. So, and same thing with USAA, same thing with other credit unions. I think we get so comfortable using those credit unions a lot of times where even when the bad news come out about them, we just like, all right, well, I'm so accustomed to having them. Same thing, like that's why TD Banks, I don't think nothing,
it's going to be business as usual. This is a drop in the bucket. The investors lost a couple dollars, but they'll get it back because they're going to tax you on something. They're just going to create another fee. Oh, a walk-in fee, $15 for walking into the bank. I'm serious. They're going to charge you like another fee. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But let's go to the next topic. Your boy, man, Matt Gaetz. They finally released the ethics committee report on Matt Gaetz, man. Bro, I couldn't make it past like page 7. It's 42 pages. Page 7, I was like, I'm out. Bro, this boy, they said from at least 2017 to 2020, Representative Gaetz regularly paid for women for engaging in sexual activity with him. In 2017, he engaged in sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl.
Good guy.
During a period from 17 to 19, he used or possessed illegal drugs, including cocaine and ecstasy, on multiple occasions. He accepted gifts, including transportation and lodging in connection with a 2018 trip to
Thailand.
Bahamas.
I thought you were gonna say Epstein.
So it's like a full circle. It's like a full circle moment. That him and Herschel probably was on the same plane.
Yo, it got some crazy stuff going on in Bahamas, man. I don't know why Bahamas just keep popping up in these little weird scenarios, but there might be some money laundering going on out there that we don't know about. What?
And then it says, he arranged for his chief of staff to assist a woman with whom he engaged in sexual activity in obtaining a passport, falsely indicating to the U.S. Department of State that she was a constituent. And then it says, Gaetz knowingly and willfully sought to impede and instruct the committee investigation of his conduct. And he said he acted in a manner that reflects discredit upon the House. No shit. But my thing is he's still serving. He violated all these ethics things. Like, bro, I know Billy Ray who work on cars, who got a whole charge because he tried to get a prostitute, and we got a representative engaging in prostitution, getting women and stuff.
Damn, Billy Ray, he just put your business out there, ain't it, boy? Golly, boy.
I'm just
Billy
saying,
Ray, you might not need to tell Nova no more of your business. If you say your mechanic, God, where you take your Tesla in at, man?
I take it to that dealership. Just saying, bro, and like he engaged in sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl. I mean, depending on the state or whatever, she's not.
That might
depends on. Yeah, I think Arkansas like 12. Like, I think Arkansas like 12.
Yeah, Brody.
But it's just look at this ethics violation. Accepted gifts, including transportation and lodging in connection with a trip to the Bahamas. Like, y'all know this stuff. Y'all know he did all this. This is what your report find. But y'all have yet to do anything about this guy.
And what's crazy is like this is not like real. It's not like this is something that should be like on every doggone news channel, news outlet. Like you should be saying this.
They buried it. They're talking about vaccines, RFK and vaccines.
That's it.
This guy was about to be the attorney general, and he committed like all these atrocious. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like call a spade a spade. This wasn't a witch hunt. This is stuff this is their report. So they did a thorough background search of this guy, and this is what they came up with.
And what's crazy is like all these people that's close to the situation that know about it and just allow it. And then if you know, like they know more, they know, the nasty details. They don't know what we know. They know some of the inside sauce that we don't know about. And they
that
still
boy was doing coke and ecstasy. That boy, he probably voting like, woo, he probably voting, lock him up, woo, doing the line.
That's why they freed Kodak, man. Like, yeah.
Like, this boy was about to be attorney general, dog. He was the legal system. He was about to be the legal system. And he was out here snorting coke, messing with hookers, doing booger sugar. It can't get no better.
And that's leadership, you know? That was about to be somebody who had a prominent role in the administration. And then to go out your way to hide information and hide it from the public is also like scary. Like what else? What else is y'all trying to hide?
He wasn't forthcoming, so that means he was hiding stuff. That's the whole thing. If you innocent, as they say, well, you got nothing to hide, just comply, right? That'd be that whole spiel. If you got nothing to hide, comply. He didn't want to comply, so they had to go and do what they had to do, and this is what they found. And I guarantee you, it's way more than this. This is just a scratch the surface, because he didn't do it by himself. He didn't do it by himself. I bet you it's other people that was rocking with him.
Yeah, all them boys in Bahamas at the Atlantis snorting coke and ecstasy. I hope everybody ain't had a 17-year-old. That's wild, bro. Like, I don't even know like how a 17-year-old get in that type of environment, but good gosh.
But here's the kicker, though, and I think Diddy can use this to get off. They say stop short of violating the human trafficking because he didn't traffic the women for sex. They wasn't coerced, forced, or anything like that into sex, so they didn't violate the human trafficking thing. And I'm just like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, now we changed the rules. We changed the rules when we want to. But this guy's a representative, bro. He's representing America. And
he's way more powerful than what Diddy could have been. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then what make it so crazy, I'm going to just go roll into this one. So we already got one congressman, right, from the Republican Party. So then we go into the second one. This lady, Granger, representative from Texas, congresswoman from Texas, been serving since 1997. She been in Congress.
You got to cook on this one.
81 years. Last time they seen her, last time she casted a vote was July 24th of this year, July. So somebody was like, yo, where's Kay Granger? Like, where's she at? Like, why she ain't been pulling up? Guess where she been?
Alzheimer's, man. She might be is she 81 years old?
They found at a retirement home playing shuffleboard.
I knew it, but I was going to say bingo.
Playing shuffleboard. This is a representative supposed to be representing the people. 81 years old. They can't find her. She ain't voted on nothing in several months. That just show me they don't do their job. And now they find her in a retirement home playing shuffleboard and knitting.
Man, I'd be damned, boy. If I'm at my retirement home. Don't come bother me, man.
You serving the people. What you mean?
Y'all shouldn't have put me there. Y'all know I was going to be in a retirement home. That's y'all fault, man.
It just show you that people don't pay attention, bro. Like, politics is just, it's on auto. It's on autopilot. This lady ain't even show up. We've been voting for budgets and stuff. This lady ain't even representing her people. You know what I'm saying? She up there playing shuffleboard and knitting, bro. Like, how is this possible? How do we get to this point to where congressmen and women and senators go unchecked? They got unchecked power, bro. Unchecked. And again, nothing is done about it. Business as usual. She got paid. She ain't did no work. She just went to the nursing home and was chilling, bro. They had to go find her. They had to go pull up. Hey, bro, you ain't voted since July, bro. What's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know I was a congresswoman.
Man, let me get back to this doggone bingo game, man. I'm about to win, baby. I got one more doggone tip to put down, man.
It's just, bro, that's how I know these people are picked. They picked.
Yeah, so they can manipulate them. They knew her situation. Like, they knew, like, they wanted her in that position because they want to be able to make the moves for her.
This lady, you can't make it up. 81 years old. How y'all even still vote for this lady, bro? And then she was, just last year, she was the first woman to ever chair the Committee on Appropriation of Funds.
How did people vote for it? Because people don't really like look up people when they vote. They just like, all right, there's a D by their name or there's an R by their name. Oh, I'm gonna take. I know they have my best interest. People don't really like do research on like, all right, let me see what this person is about. They just vote like, all right, I'm gonna go with the party, and that's it.
My thing is, she the chairperson on the Appropriations Committee. Didn't we just have a budget and stuff that need to be passed? What the hell she was? Ain't nobody say nothing then? She been gone since July.
Yeah, that pickleball got to get played, baby.
Playing shuffleboard and stuff, and nobody, the chairperson. So how y'all even have meetings?
Yeah. I be damn y'all come in and ruin my doggone bingo card.
Waste of time, bro. These people be playing with us, dog. They really do. They
so what's the I guess what's the call to action on that one? Like what's gonna happen with this
term
situation?
Limits? They need term limits.
Who you tell?
They need term limits. No way you been in office since '97 and then you just clock out. Don't even tell nobody, hey man, I ain't working no more. Just go home for July. Nobody even noticed. You the chairperson of the appropriations, stuff getting appropriated, and you ain't even there to, was she Skyping in or something?
Oh boy, that's a hell of a job, man. You can find a job where you can like skate off for doggone 20 plus years. Come on, man. That's some privilege for your. Well, you can find a job where you can just, they don't even know if I'm here. They don't even know if I'm coming in today. Let's go ahead and let's go do some caroling.
And nobody cared. Didn't even make the news. Nothing, bro. Didn't even make the news. Didn't even scratch the news.
How'd you find out about it?
Because I be just looking for. I typed in Congresswoman, and I don't know how it was like Congresswoman found in senior living facility. I was like, what? So like, man, I was like, this gotta be a joke, bro. Lady in a retirement home chilling, bro. Is you supposed to be leading the country? Appropriations.
How long they was looking for?
Apparently they wasn't looking for it. It was the journalist that was looking for it because I'm pretty sure some bill came across the desk. They was just like, because you can go see the voter rolls. You could go see who was present for votes and stuff like that. And that's important that people need to go do. Look at where your representative vote and what they vote on, and are they present when votes go down? These people work for you. They're supposed to have a home base in your district. And you're supposed to be able to go up to them and talk to them and engage with them.
Most states, they broadcast that too. It's not like it's something that's like hidden information. They broadcast this when it's happening. But a lot of people don't really like tune into it and go check and see what's going on.
She probably would text her vote in.
At 81 years old, she'll not work a phone. She probably got a Droid. Yes. She probably got one of them, you know what I'm saying, old
big
school
button phones.
Yeah.
She got about big button phones, bro. That's wild, bro.
Ain't no way she got a regular phone at 81. Shit, my mama ain't close to that. She still trying to figure out how to use that iPhone, man.
And then, so we got this one you sent about your girl. You wanna cook on that, man? About Fanny, old Fanny.
You sent that about Fanny, man. I think
I sent that about Fanny.
Yeah, you sent that about Fanny. You beefing with Fanny.
I ain't got no beef with Fanny, bro. She just ain't complied with the orders. They served her paper 11 March. And she hasn't been in compliance with it. They want all the text documents, all the communication between her and the special prosecutor that she put over Trump's trial. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't complied. Now, if me and you ain't complied, they seize all our stuff, lock us up in jail, contempt of court. But, with Fanny, is business as usual. Fanny said, I ain't giving you the text.
Do you think there's like a double standard? Or you think do you think there's like a witch hunt against her?
Who, Fanny?
Yeah.
It's this thing, bro. When you fire a shot, when you fire that one bullet, 30 more coming back at you. So if you got skeletons in the closet, just go on prepare, bro. She should have known this. She should have known that her aspirations to seek higher office was going to lead to them people dragging everything through the mud for her. So she should have known that this part of the process. She had higher aspirations for a higher office. She fired her shot. And they fired 20 more back at her.
Yeah, and I think transparency is key. Nobody's above the law, man. Like if you got some receipts out there and it shows that, you was negligent and you did some wrong stuff, then the public need to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's like, I think like even with like Gaetz and the 81-year-old, like we need the public need to see all this information about the ins and outs on how dirty y'all politicians are. I think you got to be some checks and balances when it comes to this stuff. You can't just just go on you got a witch hunt on both ends, right? Y'all had y'all Gestapo end of the witch hunt. Now, you know what I'm saying? You can't get mad when it's on the other side. So we need to see everybody to put all the information out so the public can make our opinion and say, all right, well, maybe Fannie ain't wrong, or maybe, I think just, hey, let it all get out there, man. Expose everything.
Exactly, man. It's just these politicians, they get in these seats, man. They play politics well. The rules apply to me and you, the everyday people, but they apparently don't apply to them. Last time I checked, it was illegal to get with prostitutes. It was illegal to do drugs. It's illegal to not comply with court orders. And I'm pretty sure it's ethics violations to be in a nursing home while you supposed to be representing America.
Man, somebody in the nursing home should have been like, hey, man, ain't you
they probably don't even know they in a nursing home.
You just filling up a prescription. Hey, man, go ahead and give these red pills.
Dog, they giving aid to Ukraine without her there. It's just appropriating stuff without the appropriations chairperson. She just on the Skype call.
Yeah, I think.
But go ahead.
It's collaboration got to be had on both ends, and everything is not a conspiracy. So I think the people just need to see what's what, and then kind of go from there. Let the public make the opinion. It could be good, could be bad. We don't know until we get all the details on what's going on. But you got to keep it clean and play fair, I guess. But that's just not the country we live in. It's always going to be some mudslinging, and that's the problem with politics, because it's not like it's a lot of distractions, a lot of doggone, hide in the hand and, just show the people one thing and, manipulate them on the back end, pause. But it's hard to figure out what's the bigger picture when they playing these games.
Yeah, that's what I don't like, and this is my final thought on it, to move up. What I don't like about politics is people, if it's the party they vote for, they don't care about the bad that the person does. They want to overlook it. And I'm like, when it comes to that, bro, I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever, bro. They need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable higher than us. Higher than us. Because these people, they got power. They got almost absolute power. They go untouched. Case in point. This dude did drugs. He violated all this stuff, and he is still representing America. She ain't even there to represent America, and she still is representing America. She's in a nursing home. We gotta check that. Term limits and accountability, we gotta hold these people to, bro. Straight up.
Boy, say, man, that's some good cocaine, man. We can't count that.
That boy, locking people up for coke. And he was gonna be the attorney general, so he's gonna prosecute drug dealers and stuff, make harsher sentences for drug dealers, and he was doing it. He know the coke dealer. He know where the coke dealer's at. He from Florida too, so just so you know.
Oh yeah, I ain't surprised, man. We just talked about the doggone crack at the police station last show. Now you got the doggone politicians snorting it. You know what I'm saying?
He probably was testing the crack, making sure he probably like, that's some good quality crack right there.
Yeah, that's straight from Pablo. Good work.
Yeah, good work. But
put it in
our
the
next
school
segment,
zone.
man.
Booker T. Wash.
Next segment, we're gonna talk about influencing trending topics, bro. I'm gonna let you cook.
So it's a lot of trending topics that's going on. It depends on where we want to go. Travis Hunter, he done deactivated. The boy he done unplugged from the social media, man. He was like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm tired of y'all talking about my old lady, man. This is my future wife right here. You know what I'm saying?
This is my future wife.
Enough is enough. I can't take no more of this. I'm at peace with whatever she done did in her past, and I just want everything to kind of, be at rest. Yeah. I think he should have deactivated a long time ago, to be real with you. I think this play should have been played a long time ago as far as deactivating. I'm not mad at him doing it. I think it allows him to be able to lock in. If he lock in, like he's at the end, he only got one game left. Mm-hmm. I think he need to get his head in the right space, get unplugged from all of this stuff, and then just focus on, what the draft, those workouts and what your next career going to look like. Because I think all of this is going to be, it could play into like how he performed at the draft, or not at the draft, but those workouts and whatnot. Like if he let all this stuff get in his head, he can go out there and run a 5'240", you know, Cat Williams might blow him, you know what I'm saying? He might get out there and just like do 2 reps or 225. You know, like I think when it comes to sports and those athletes, a lot of the game is mental, and the way that they're entrenched into social media, I think it's kind of like it's taking a toll on his mental health. And I do like how Dion had stepped in and was trying to like at that last practice they had. I know it kind of went viral where he was, you know, finding ways to like build him up and let him know, hey, look, we got you, we here, bro. And also with Shador speaking out for him publicly and letting him know, like, hey, I think, you know, a lot of this stuff is just, you know, especially like if you're supposed to be a mentor here, you want to give him some real good advice, you know how to get in touch with him. You know what I'm saying? I do like how he got people in his corner that kind of looking out for him. But I think it goes back to some type of accountability where you got to take some accountability on some of this stuff as well.
I think sometimes you do too much on social media, and this is what comes with it. Like, you try to engage and be this open person, and you got your relationship out there. I don't know. I think he should dump her. It's too big of a distraction. He's young. He's young.
More than one boy now. I think that boy got a surfboard. Boy, you can't just dump that.
I think he should dump her. It's just too big of a distraction. You that young, you about to get a lot of money, and I think you need to be locked in and focused, because right now there's no way he's locked in and focused. There's no way. So, buddy, I don't know, Travis. I think you should dump her. She's a distraction, and distractions cost you on the field and off the field, in endorsements and just play, everything. So, and she can't get out the news cycle. She can't get out the news cycle. They just bringing up old interviews. There was an interview talking about where he had DM'd her, right? He was telling the story when he DM'd her.
Yeah.
And her brother had to tell her, you know who that is? Like, you know who that guy is? Like, you should be talking to him because he's that dude. And then now you see her ring finger has a $sign on it. So it's just like not good, man. It's not good. And then she says things like, I didn't like him at first. Like, I feel if a woman says that, immediately cut the relationship.
Oh,
ain't nothing else.
Off the dribble, you just like,
cut the tape.
You ain't even gonna like, no, boy, like, you ain't never had one of them ones just like, oh my God, she bad. Boy, I don't know. It might take a little work. She might not like, she might say, oh, I don't like him, but
you don't say that out loud. That's a private conversation. True. You don't say it in front of everybody.
Yeah, I think like there's no, with her, one, it's hard. I don't know the relationship situation, but I agree that they should definitely put the brakes on a lot of things that's going on that's going to be a distraction for them, especially with, you talking about Beyoncé, marriage, NFL, like big money coming in. You got all these different endorsements. I think there's a lot of stuff you got to figure out before you figure out, a wedding and marriage and all that stuff. So I do agree. I think they need to pump the brakes on a lot of things. But I also think that, like, as a society, I think we're just too involved with these people, relationships and life. So, like, I don't understand the hype about why we so attached to their story and and I don't know. It just seemed, a lot of it do seem targeted and like, overboard, overkill when it comes to like,
because the algorithm
almost like an obsession. Like, why do we look at these people as like, couple goals or he's a black man, he need to marry this. Like, I don't get like why we care about people relationships so much to that extent. Like we need to focus on our own damn relationships. That's all that like what he said. Like, yo, go focus on.
I think it's twofold. I think the fact that you put it out there and you made it public and you gave all this information, and then we constantly see guys like you that are doing well, that's going to make it, and now we basically see this. We've seen this story before. Mm-hmm. Young black athlete, world is in front of him, millions of dollars, and a girl comes in like a wrecking ball, takes all his money, leaves him, go with somebody else. We've seen this.
Man, she came in like a wrecking ball, boy, like Miley Cyrus.
And I think that's why people are speaking on it, because it's put into our face. We consume so much of social media so much of our lives are around social media. It's like we can't get away from it. Business, if you got a business, you got to be on social media. You got to be marketing. So when you're marketing, you're scrolling because you got to learn what your competitors or what people are liking, what people commenting on. So you just get wrapped up in it. And then I think that social media, that algorithm, they just constantly blast the same thing over and over. So then you find yourself talking about it. So that's why he's just in the news cycle. He's in the wash. So
yeah, I just think it's an unfortunate situation because he coming off a Heisman win, bro. Like the last thing, like you just won the Heisman. You know, everybody should be like celebrating you, your moment, you know, your future, not like dragging your name in the mud over and pulling up. Man, they pulling up all types of doggone sets.
Rap videos.
I'm like, golly, boy.
Her in dudes' houses, laying in the bed.
Yeah, like, man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Boy, they got all different types of doggone, like, you know, these doggone.
But when you want to be in the limelight like that, that's what comes with it. Nobody tells y'all to get up on social media, right? Look, take a page out of Savannah James, how she conducts and carries herself.
She let that man cheat in peace.
Bro, I got nothing to do with the allegations. This does not represent the show. That it's alleged.
Yeah, try, man. Tell your old lady, you know what I'm saying, get with the doggone Savannah James, you know what I'm saying?
I just feel like
she can groom you right.
I just feel like, honestly, it was a question asked. Should relationships be kept off social media? I think so. Because unhappy people can go, especially if they got information, or make accusations. You know what I'm saying? Because you see a person will take a picture and they'll analyze the whole picture. And I might have just had the boo-boo in that picture.
Yeah, I think it depends on the level.
I got to go boo-boo.
Yeah, I think it depends on the level of the relationship and where y'all at with it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all locked in, y'all love each other, and, you know, like, you may have met on social media, and, like, if you guys are to the point where it's real and nothing like, and you know, like, anything on this app is just if you're doing it for each other, then cool. But I always like to ask people, like, all right, like I said the last show when my daughter, like, can you not, and why? You know, why are you posting this? You know, who's it for? Like, if you're doing it for each other, yeah, I can see how it can be a plus. If you're doing it for each other, for your family, and then for your little circle, I can see how, you know, it can be a cool thing to where, like, years down the road, you have this little capstone where you can look back and be like, that's where we were at this point. You know, like, yeah. I see the good and the bad in it, but it depends on, like, where you are in the relationship. Like, you can't just jump. Like, they was in social media out the gate, like, from the start. Yeah. It was just like,
that's not a good. I just think that hindsight is always 20/20, and I'm pretty sure he wish he probably could take it all back and not do it. I don't know. I ain't gonna even say that. No,
that boy like them TikTok dances, boy. He probably going through. He's like, damn, boy, I hate I had to deactivate right now. I can't do none of these little new TikTok dances they got out right now, boy. Golly, I just learned it.
But that's costing them money right there, just being deactivated. So,
man, could you imagine? Just like, that's tough, dog. I don't think. All right, so you're his manager, right? Mm-hmm. What advice you give him right now? You his manager.
Get rid of her, cut her off, isolate her out. Go get him a therapist to get his mental state and mind state back, and get him in the lab to cook. You know what I'm saying? Get him back into his mode. I would have to cut out. She's a distraction. It's not going to die down, because what's going to happen is she's going to become emotional, and he's going to have to tend to her needs, and he's going to get distracted away from what he needs to be doing to prepare himself to be the number one draft pick, to prepare himself to live up to his billing. You know what I'm saying? Because he has to tend to her. He was already saying, she's drinking herself to sleep, and that's a distraction, bro.
What's she drinking?
That's a distraction. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Instead of doing that, send her to therapy. She needs therapy right now. If she's doing that, she needs therapy, because that's going to bring you down, bro.
They both, like, he might, like, all right, now that probably been his first piece of wet. That probably been his first piece like that. That might have been his first piece of wet. He probably jumped in there and like, oh man, I ain't never had none of that for God. I'm trying to feel like that'd be like. And he done jumped in some waters he ain't never had like that. It might be a first piece. So he don't know what no other little pieces feel like. You know what I'm saying? So he might be hooked on that one. So he might need, he might be addicted too. She addicted to, I don't want to say that. Like she might have a alcohol or whatever problem. And he might have a coochie addiction.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious for sure, man. But the other one is Fat Joe. What you think about that?
Man, they going in on Fat Joe right now, boy. They call him all types of names, man. God, every time I click on, I'm like, God, boy, he need to deactivate. I know his team like, golly, hey, boy, you need to go ahead. He don't put that out there. He don't put that energy out there. And now, like, you can't. I think the problem with him, he got too comfortable, and people
what he got too comfortable with?
He got too comfortable with thinking that he can just say and be able to like go on different platforms and talk about Black culture in a fashion to where like, and he think it's gonna be palatable and acceptable to everybody, and it's just a different time and age right now where like you gotta read the room. Like, I don't know, what do you take on it? What do you take on it?
I honestly, I don't have a take because Fat Joe has no impact on my life per se. I glazed over it when you sent it, and I was just like, all right, whatever. I mean, he's a rapper, right? Hip hop artist. I mean, like he's Puerto Rican, of Puerto Rican descent. I don't know his bloodline or anything. Yeah, it's just Fat Joe.
Yeah, I think the beef is his comment, what he made about, I guess, what's FBA, Foundational Black Americans.
What is that? Because I'm not educated on that, to be honest with you.
I'm not super well versed on it, but it's just Black Americans who feel like, instead of being called African Americans, they rather just be, they consider themselves foundational Black Americans. They figure that their bloodline is traced back to America and not Africa. And, it's a lot of...
So I got to take the African American off now and be called foundational Black American.
I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm saying these people, the people that he was talking about, is how, I mean, if you think about it, like when you put down your race on a test or whatever job, and they ask for race, he's a Black, it don't say African American no more.
Yeah, but it don't say foundational.
Yeah. But that's just a group that he was targeting because he felt like they was coming at him for saying that, when he felt like he had the right to be able to say the N-word. And then they was giving him backlash on, like, hey, this ain't cool. You shouldn't be able to, come in and say those type of things about, and have these hard takes about Black community when you're not a part of it. I think, and I think
sense,
he had
It makes sense. That makes sense. Now that you're explaining it like that, it makes sense. But like I say, it just is, man, I seen it, what he was saying. I listened to what he was saying, and I was like, okay. And I just moved on, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I do want to be able to like go back and watch that full interview, and we can kind of unpack it again on the next go round.
Everybody know they was in the club. It ain't like he ain't been saying the N-word. Everybody was in the club. Lean back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it was that conversation though, and like it depends on like certain topics. I don't think it's just open for everybody when it comes to like we're not gonna go into any other culture and just like openly discuss on like like certain things.
Why not?
I think
I will.
We don't though.
I will. So I'll walk up in there and be like, why you go to Indian?
We don't go in Asian communities. We don't go in Indian communities and make these statements on like about why you think you are broke and like or why like we don't.
Why you don't wash your hands when you serving food and stuff? Like when you're on the street, why you got to put your whole arm to stir the pot when you're Indian and stuff? Like why? Why you can't like clean up the utensils and shit like that?
I don't go in those sectors or communities and talk about how their culture should do things.
I would, like, because
that's would, sanitary. But do you do that?
That's sanitary. No,
I think our community is the only community where like it's just like
I see what you're saying. Outsiders giving their takes, telling us what to do. I get what you like. It's like saying this: why Black people just don't leave the hood? Like it's just that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the years and years of oppression. Like you don't have to deal with the rules, the regulations, everything being blamed on you. Like you don't, schools are underfunded, so you don't get the traditional education like your counterparts do. So yeah, I get what you, yeah.
And I think that's where the backlash from them was coming. Like, like a lot of conversations, I think we just got a lot of growing, bro. We got a lot of stuff to kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, and he's not the only, when people from Africa come over, they look at Black Americans and they say the same, they have these same stereotypes. And I think these are the reasons why that group was getting mad, because you had people that are coming over from different countries and they judging us off a stereotype that was placed on us from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Black people are lazy, or American Black people, all they do is they don't want to work, or, and this is not the first time where it came up in different communities, where it's like from Africa, people from Jamaica, people from the islands, the Caribbean, or people from India or wherever. Like, they come over and they look down on the Black Americans who are here, and they kind of like take on those stereotypes that was placed on us from other groups. And, I think that's where a lot of it was stemming from. Like, hey, that's where the backlash was coming from. Like, bro, like, it's like, I'm not mad. Like, it got to get to a point where, we got to protect each other. Like, we got to protect what's important to us, and be able to like stand up for ourselves and say, hey, all right, enough's enough. This is not true. And that's what, like, I don't know.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. Tender, juicy, and its own sauce. Would you look at that? Well, you can't see it, but trust me, it looks delicious. New McCrispy strips, now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
100%. But I said, what you got? What's your final take on that?
My final take, man, I guess be careful with the words that come out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you gotta be responsible. Know your audience, and we were saying freedom of speech. Sometimes it ain't free. Sometimes it comes with a cost. I think you had a conversation about that earlier when it comes about like comedians and stuff. Like, yeah, you can say whatever you want to say, but you also gotta, expect like people to have their opinions on what you said and what comes with what you said.
Exactly. So moving along to the next segment, we're gonna have our uncut takes, man. This should be a good one right here. This should be a good one right here, Trey.
Boy, what you got?
Yeah. What's that? You put go ahead, Black Santa Claus. What's that?
Yeah, man. Black Santa Claus they've been getting some heat. I don't know if you've seen
what
it.
Happened?
I don't know what I'm saying. Like a different couple of corporations have started rolling out the Black Santa Clauses in different different malls, and people feel a certain type of way. You take your kid to the mall and you sitting on that Black Santa Claus man lap, bro. The Black Santa Claus has been getting some heat. They've been getting some heat.
Why?
Hey, man, you know the history of Santa Claus and all that jazz, man. Why you think they got heat? Why you think the Black Santa Claus is, they trying to doggone, cancel all the Black Santa Clauses all of a sudden? Why you think so?
I just think, I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid altogether. We need to stop lying to these kids about some mystical figure, white or black, jumping down the chimney, handing out some sacks of presents when it's us parents that did that.
Man, let Black Santa Claus get his run, man. The white man done got his run for how many years, man? Now that the black man get the chance to, get down and get the hose off, everybody want to get mad. Man, let the man go home, you know what I'm saying? Before y'all cancel all the Santa Clauses, because this is what you talking about, get rid of all the Santa Clauses, right?
Cancel them all. Get rid of it all.
Let the Black Santa Clauses go on a run first. Let them boy get, you know what I'm saying? Let them boy go on a little, 20-year run. Then we can say, all right. So. We even now. Same thing with the Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, that way we can let us get a run with the Black Jesus where everybody can see, you know what I'm saying? That way when they see these images, they're like, okay, that's Black Jesus right there. You know what I'm saying? Let us get a run with it.
And people just always gonna be upset, man. They always gonna be upset. They don't want no, whole DIE got people upset. So we already know having black.
You said DIE, that's die, boy. Golly. Who you trying to kill?
DEI, yeah. That got everybody upset. So you already know having the Black Santa gonna set it off. It's gonna be tight.
Yeah, I mean, them elves done set off. They don't set it off in your crib.
Do they have a transgender Santa?
You ain't finna have your kids sit on the transgender Santa Claus lap, is you?
My kids don't sit on Santa's lap no more.
Damn, they don't do the Santa Claus and they don't do the elf on the shelf no more.
Man, there you go. I can't talk about that.
You're running out of stuff.
I can't talk about that.
But you running out of a whole lot of stuff. You keep all. It's a wild bag, man. I think when it comes to these holidays, I do want to kind of also talk about, like, I don't understand why we so caught up in the commercialism or the, look what I got. One thing I do love about what this year was the first year, like my kids, like, they didn't want anything. They're like, I don't want nothing. It was just like, it made me feel good as a parent for them to be like, I'm good. We're good. They didn't give us a Christmas list or anything. So it makes you think, if we're doing everything that we need to be doing, all year round, like, what's the infatuation? I think the holidays need to be more about spending time with each other than buying stuff for each other.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I think we put ourselves in debt chasing these toys and chasing these unrealistic wish lists from these kids. You should be celebrating your kid year round, but I feel also you need to put a limit and expectation. Reduce that. Don't go put yourself. A lot of people put themselves in debt behind this stuff, bro. They gonna run up a bag just because it's Christmas, man. You
give your kids a Christmas. You're like, all right, well, y'all got 200. Spend it wisely.
And they say the Black Santa Claus be stealing when he go to.
Hey, man, go ahead, dog. See, we just talked about the stereotypes. And he done gave him a dog. He done gave Black Santa a stereotype out the gate.
He said, Jesus ain't black, he OJ.
Yeah, that's what Jay-Z said. And Jay-Z, they say, hey, Jay-Z, you got 13, boy. you got 99 problems, and it might be 13-year-old problems. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't come at me beehive for that.
That's 100. I got one for Travis. I meant to tell you this. So think about this. This is how I feel about it. This is gonna sum up my whole Travis Hunter thing.
Well, you done got you some wet back in the days, I can tell.
Should we really be mad at Travis Hunter, like, and his old lady? Like, we're in the midst of Christmas and we're running around saying that Mary got pregnant by this mythical figure while she was married to Joseph.
Man, pregnant, had a baby. Don't bring Jesus into this right now.
And we celebrate him every year, so I feel like Travis gonna be straight. Yeah,
she's going to be pregnant, and, it's going to be immaculate reception because, it might be Jesus' baby. So, and Travis is cool with that, and we got to be cool with it as a conglomerate, If he cool with Jesus, knocking her up, we got to be cool with it and accept it, man. We can't just, get mad at Trav, he know. Jesus talked to him and told him, like, hey, bro, man, we about to do this right here. And then, after you get, after the draft, you got a newborn. Congratulations.
So what do you think about the holiday fuss up? What was that?
Well, the holiday fuzz, man. The holiday fuzz.
What's that?
Man, I've been saying it. I don't know if he was saying it, boy. Everywhere I went, police was there. The holiday, the fuzz is the police. So
what do you think that's because of Black Santa?
No, it ain't black. It ain't nothing to do with black. It black patron stealing. It ain't got nothing to do with Black Santa, boy. I was at doggone Kroger, boy. They had the doggone tomahawks and the doggone, they trying to walk out with them doggone steaks, man. It ain't got nothing to do with doggone everywhere. Like, it was just like I would go to different places, and then boom, damn, another brother locked up trying to steal for Christmas.
Some steaks and stuff.
No, it just be like different. It wasn't, at the grocery store. I don't know. It could have been ramen. I don't know what the hell they were stealing. But they brought out the tow truck. They brought out, I guess that was the doggone reindeers this year, boy. The doggone tow truck come to tow your vehicle while they take you to jail. But that's the last place I think that people need to be in during the holidays, or the last thing that people need to be doing is trying to steal for, like.
Man, they trying to get, man, their kids need gifts too, bro. They just can't afford it. It's because we put this we put Christmas out there that you got to go celebrate Christmas. You got to do this for Christmas. So there you go. They got to go still.
But what good they gonna do if you in jail is what I'm trying to say. Like, and I saw this a lot, bro. Like people was getting locked up at the malls. I'm like everywhere. I'm like, golly, this might be a doggone epidemic. Boy, we might need to run the stats on this.
I think he was out there snitching. Low key.
No, boy, I'm on my business. I have a strict doggone. When I'm out in the public, boy, I'll be on a mission, bro. I don't no eye contact, man. I'm saying get to where I need to get and get my ass back home.
That's 100.
But I don't know if have you seen the fuzz in California?
I didn't do no shopping. I did online shopping.
Damn.
I didn't even go to the store.
Y'all didn't have no holiday party at the office?
I don't do potlucks.
But every dog, I know y'all had that holiday party. Stop lying over. I know y'all don't.
They probably did, bro. I didn't go to it. They let me know about it because they know I don't show up.
Y'all done had the white elephant at the office?
Nah, I'm sure I didn't do that.
Or
that don't do nothing but piss me off. That don't do nothing but piss me off. Because everybody want, like, I either get the gift I don't want or somebody got the gift I want and I can't get it. I don't even like playing it. It's stupid.
We did a white elephant, man. It was one of them ones. But I just like, you know what? This year I'm calling it out. You know what I'm saying? I done bought some good stuff and you bought some bull crap, but I'm calling it out this year. I don't care who it
coming in with some
offends.
shot glasses, some recycled shot glasses.
Yeah, I don't care who it offended, but I called it out, boy. Every time the man pulled out a doggone, this dude he brought doggone like meat and cheese, dog. Like he brought a pack of meat and cheese, bro. I'm like, bro, we grown, bro.
That's like my homeboy T, bro. We had a barbecue at work, and everybody's supposed to bring, their stuff for the barbecue, right? We asked T, he walking in, we like, T, did you bring your stuff? Bro, he opens up his backpack.
What?
And he got 4 pieces of bread left, 2 of them in breads and 2 in between, slices, like 3 slices of cheese, and a bottle of baby Ray's, sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
I hope you called the police.
I'm not lying to you, bro. That boy T pulled that out of his bag, bro.
And you didn't call the police?
4 slices of bread, 3 slices of cheese, and sweet baby Ray's hot barbecue sauce.
Well, I'll tell you what,
it was open already.
Hey, T, man, I'm going to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Man to man, you know what I'm saying? How dare you doggone bring a pack of doggone booty bread to the crib and some cheese?
The ends of the bread, bro.
The booty bread, bro? No, that's disrespectful, dog. We fighting, dog. We jumping him, dog. Hey, Nova, if you don't jump in, I know it's your homeboy. If he that's a sign of disrespect, man. You done brought a pack of... Who collects the booty bread? Who collects it? T, you violated, dog. You violated everybody in the house.
Like, I still to this day don't understand those 3 items. Bread, cheese, and barbecue sauce. Like, how does that go together? You eat a barbecue cheese sandwich?
He probably thought you was going to have them bean and weenies. He probably thought you had poker beans and weenies. That sounds like a poker bean and weenie combination.
Man, my homeboy called me. He said, bro, we eat the ground. We don't eat the weenies and our beans. We don't eat that. We eat the ground meat, the barbecue baked beans.
No, boy,
that's what we eat.
That way, I'm talking about the description you said. Boy, you made me think you had some them poker beans and weenies.
Hell nah.
I ain't never.
Hell no.
I don't think I graduated to the point where I'm putting the ground meat in the poker bean. I got to the point where, like, you know what? I done had these damn poker beans so long. Once once you become a man, you put away childish things. No more poker beans and weenies, man.
Definitely ain't cooking no weenies. I'm good, brother.
Or the booty bread with the doggone cheese, man. What kind of cheese was it? Was it at least good cheese?
No, it was that fake sliced over processed cheese, the yellow cheese that come with in a little sleeve. I think they're like Kraft singles.
He didn't like y'all. Bro, he didn't say it, but I don't think he liked y'all, bro.
Bro, part of me want to call him and say, T, what?
It's a hidden message in there. He send a message to y'all. I don't think y'all got the message, but I don't think T like y'all like that.
You think so?
Yeah, no, T don't like y'all, bro. He was like, you know what? I ain't finna go shopping for these Negroes. I'm about to give them these doggone 2 booty breads and some doggone, and
that's it.
Processed cheese I've been trying to get rid of forever now.
2 booty breads, processed cheese, and some processed barbecue sauce that was open. That was open.
Hell.
He didn't even bring us a fresh pack. He just brought us all used condiments.
It's Sweet Baby Ray's though, right?
Yeah, it is.
Man, shout out to the black man for making some good barbecue sauce.
We actually did use the barbecue sauce though. I ain't gonna even cap. We did.
That's about it. That's the only thing I use. Speaking of the black man and barbecue sauce, man.
Let's call T, man.
Yeah, you gotta call T.
We gotta ask him.
I don't think T like you, dog. We're gonna have to get to the bottom of it. He gonna tell us a real backstory. I don't know if the listener's ready for it, but I promise you, if T answer, we might have to edit this out because he about to violate us again. Anyway, he can tell you the real reason why he sent you them booty breads.
Please leave your message for.
Yeah, he didn't answer.
T saw that. T's like, hey man, I thought I was done with him when I sent the booty bread. I ain't finna answer my phone. What's your take on the 68888, man? Shout out to dog. It just dropped. I don't know if you've seen it. I want to know. Uncut
it's that movie. Man. Nah, I haven't seen it. I seen people talking about it. I seen it when I was scrolling through Netflix, and I went to go. I was like, oh, that look interesting. And then I see Tyler Perry, and I just was like, nah, I'm good.
See?
I'm good.
That's what we do.
I thought, you know why? I'm not even going to lie to you. The reason why I did that is because when it comes to Tyler Perry, I just think of that Shamar Moore wig, and I just think all his movies and stuff just going to be like that, so I'm just not interested in it. But I'm pretty sure everybody said it was great, it was good. I might go back and watch it. I'm not sure. I'm just skeptical. Because even a lot of people said, man, it's Tyler Perry. I was like scared at first, but it actually was good.
Yeah, it was a banger, man. I had to bring on one friend of the show. We had her on before, Randy O. She was actually in the movie.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Was she had a major part? Or she was like an extra?
You ain't even watch it yet, so I can tell you her part. You ain't gonna even know what it was. But she was like wasn't a major person? No, she didn't have a major part. She was one of the ones that was working at the doggone when they switched over to the barracks. Perry did his thing with this movie, dog. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. Like, I know, and that's the problem I have with us as a culture. I think we find ways to cut each other down like fast, bro. And won't even give it a shot.
Cut them down.
I'm not saying you in particular. I was just saying like a lot of people were saying like I ain't even watch. You know, they wouldn't even give it a shot because it was a Tyler Perry movie. And I get both sides of the criticism, but I also like this movie, man. It hit on a lot of stuff that we was talking about, even on the show when we was talking about like the redlining and stuff. When you think about military members and a lot of the stuff when they went off to war and came back and they didn't have access to, and it was hard for them to get access to. But this dealt with like I didn't know like the females played that significant of a role in what war was it? Was it Vietnam War?
No, it was like World War II.
World War II. I didn't know black women played that big of a role in World War II.
Yeah, huge logistics trend. Like either civilian and military, they played a huge role. And remember that one where they was cracking codes and stuff, I think. Yeah, all of them. Yeah, that was during that time frame too.
But I'm talking about actual like boots on the ground is what I'm talking about. Like actually like being over in the war, like because they was a part of a battalion that got like when they had to deliver the mail, one of the doggone trucks got blew up. Like this is like a lot of like stuff that I didn't know.
I'm gonna watch it, man. Now you got me want to watch. I'm gonna watch it.
It just touched on a lot of layers. I know when you watch it, it's gonna kind of like it's funny like watching it from our perspective, being like active duty, like serving, and just knowing like a lot of stories that we've heard in the past, and a lot of stuff that we've dealt with, personal stories that we dealt with, as far as being black and trying to, you know, prove yourself and make rank, and, you know, like, and different, like, when you get to different levels and different structures and stuff that you got to deal with, and just find, I don't know, it's just like every step of them trying to accomplish a mission, they were dealt with different challenges, different roadblocks, and just watching, like, how they persevered and, like, you know, humbled themselves in different situations, and, you know, it could have been easy for them to kind of like lash out but it just takes a lot to be able to take the high road in a lot of instances, especially during those times where like, I don't know, like a lot of times when we watch this stuff, or I don't know, I think sometimes when we talk about culture in the past, is we find ways to just like act like it wasn't, or minimalize it, or not minimalize it. I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but not take it into perspective of like what they was going through and how challenging it was for them to kind of like fight through different barriers of the racial climate that they was facing. And we speak from a perspective of, oh man, if I was there, I would have did it this way, or if I was there, I would have, and I don't think that's fair, in a lot of senses, or I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're going to say this about our generation when they get along. As we go farther away from us into the future, they're going to probably say it's things they would have did that we didn't do. So it's always going to be like that. Each generation is supposed to get better, right? Not get worse, supposed to get better. I'm going to check that movie out.
Yeah, definitely check it out. And we'll talk about it again, but there's other layers to it, but I want you to check it out and kind of unpack it then. But that is one thing I did want to kind of like talk about when it comes to just different significant things that happen in the culture, like different moments, right? And it's a hot take, and I may be wrong with this, but I do feel like we had a moment where we could have capitalized and changed a lot of things with the power structure, and I think we kind of dropped the ball on it, to be real with you.
What?
I think it was that the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I think that was one moment where we could, like, the whole world was looking. It was a significant moment, and like there was a lot of stuff that went wrong with the organization and the inside infrastructure of it. But I do feel we had power in that moment where we could have done. I don't know. I think we could have done things different to be able to capitalize and have different conversation. I think the conversation would look different. I don't know. It's just one thing that I was thinking about. Like when you think about, like, all right, when they had like the Million Man March, or when they had like different, like the Black Panther movement, when they had different movements, it wasn't like you don't see that generation saying or finding ways to tear it down. Like it just seemed like, all right, we had this moment where we could have found ways, even though like there's bad stuff. I think it's okay to call out the bad, but while we have this momentum, why not like find ways to like keep the momentum going and not tear it completely down? Is what I'm trying to say. Like why we find ways to always like tear stuff down. I don't know, bro. I feel like that was a moment where we could have just capitalized on it. I think we dropped the ball on. I don't know. What your take on it? Maybe?
No, just when you don't have no structure, that's what happens. When you don't have no foundation, that's what happens. No guidance, that's what happens. Our house gonna crumble. So I think right mindset, just poor execution of it. What you got next? What you got next?
You understand, like when I was saying, like I feel like the world was like I think they opened that movement, like opened a lot of eyes around the world on like what's like the dynamic of like between Black culture and America, like, and like I don't know, it just felt like it was just a moment that we could have capitalized on that we kind of like dropped the ball on, in my opinion. Like, and that was for us, that was, I don't know.
And the mugs took the money and ran, bro. Built some condos, some houses, finesse.
That's why I said you can call. I think there's ways to where like let's say like the NRA. Or let's say like any other white supremacy group, like they don't put all their business out there and like, oh, like this is where all the NRA money going. They just get behind. They don't give a damn about where money going or whatever it calls it. They just know, all right, these are my people, and I know that they have my best interests. Let's figure out the internal side of make that right internally, instead of like just like publicly like, all right, let's expose everything and tear it down, is what I'm saying. It's like, I think there's ways to like, you can like, even though like, I don't know, like we don't know the ins and outs of every doggone different community and the involvements of what they got going on when it comes to their movement. Like with the Asian people and their movement, nobody kind of like broke down where the money going. They were like, all right, well, we know like as an Asian community, we feel X, Y, and Z about this, and we collectively want to get a change made or want to get some type of legislation for our, you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't, I don't know. I don't think they diagnosed it to a sense to where we just like, I don't know. It just kind of, something that was on my mind, man. Maybe wrong, but
they dropped the ball, bro. They blew in racks. So racks on racks on racks.
I don't think it's a they. I think it's a we, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think...
Who was it? They had leaders of that organization that was the voice of it. And when those people get exposed and really, because really, what was it? Was it just protest, marching? What was it? Like, it came about, what was it? Where were you driving this vessel? And I think that's the first thing. It's just, are we always going to march and protest? Like, what are we really trying to do? Like, what do you need this money for? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? Those questions was never answered before the money was given. And it was just like the set of demands, it was just all confusion and chaos. I called it from when it first started. I called it.
Yeah, but a lot of confusion came from outside. And
I think that's always going to happen.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of like jumping in on the confusion and finding ways to make it more confusing, why don't we organize and like, all right, well,
but
we see
that's
this
the thing,
is
like
what's wrong with everything that they're trying to do, right? But we also see that we have the world attention right now, and we can figure out a way. A lot of stuff I think we could have figured out internally instead of just like finding ways to like.
But there was no internals. There, like I'm just saying, like from the 1,000-yard view. There was no meeting of the minds, no, this is how we conduct business. This is what we're trying to do. It was none of that. So it's going to be easy for outsiders to come in and pick you apart because you're so disorganized. You had all these different fractions of it, these representatives in this office. But when you go up to them and say, hey, what are y'all doing? And you're like,
I think a lot of time when people go, like, I don't think, when it comes to us, I don't think it was to the point where, all right, let's go in and try to help. I think it was go in and let's try to figure out, what's wrong and expose. It wasn't like, all right, well, how can I figure out what's going on? Like, because I think different communities had their own sectors of it, right? And if you was involved with your community sector, like, I don't think you can go in and say, oh, well, I think if you approach it with the mindset of how we can collectively like get everybody together, all these different like local groups, and make it one big group, and then figure out how to organize it into a fashion to where it's just, I don't know, opportunity lost, bro. It's a lot to kind of like figure out like how it went wrong, what went wrong. But I do feel like it was a moment where we could have done something that we kind of missed out on.
Most definitely a moment in time that we passed up. We passed up a big opportunity. So that's your final take on that? Or you had this one from X, Bubble Bath Girl?
I don't know nothing about no Bubble Bath Girl. You said
you want to talk about that?
Yeah. I ain't seen the Bubble Bath Girl. That's news to me.
She wasn't. I ain't you put that, right? I didn't put that.
I ain't saying nothing about no Bubble Bath. Hey, man, that's in your deep secrets of...
You know your algorithm, bro.
That's on your private page. The only thing I've seen on X, man, the X that's what I was asking you, man, the Cowboys versus the Indians. That's what has been going on X lately, man. It's a whole lot of Cowboys versus Indians, man. Elon, he done riled up the people. Elon got he done got the people he done got them in the blender, man. And, the other minority groups, the Mexicans, like, I'm staying out of this, let them figure out what they're going to do with the Indians first. And then we can kind of, let's get our stuff squared away.
So, you ready to move? You got anything else for that Uncut text?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about Bubble Bath. I would have to see exactly what you're talking about, because if you put up a Bubble Bath video right now, it might...
It ain't a Bubble Bath. It's a girl saying that she joined the military for or something.
Why you say Bubble Bath?
That's what they say on the link. It says Bubble Bath Girl.
Okay. Now, she was saying she was getting a lot of backlash. I don't know. Are you able to play that link right now? Is it possible for you to play it and share it so the audience can be able to see exactly what we're talking about with it? But it was pretty much her talking about, she came out and she did a video. I think she's in the Air Force, if I'm not mistaken. But she came out and did a video saying that she didn't join the military because she's, is it playing? But while you get it, I'll kind of give her like a little backstory. But she was pretty much saying that, she had no patriotism. She didn't join the military for the country. She joined the military exclusively for the benefits, so she can get her GI Bill and, home loan, XYZ. And then, as soon as she dropped that video, a lot of people kind of had their own personal opinions and takes on it. I'm ready.
Why does she have to tell us that? Why did you get on social media and say that? Like, okay, you took a video of yourself, said that. What we supposed to do with this? What was your thought? Just get off social media, bro. Like, that's the dumbest thing. That's the dumbest thing you could do. Bro, we didn't need that. We didn't need that video. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't care, bro. Like, you're such an idiot. You deserve all the backlash that you're going to get in your life because we didn't need that video from you. We didn't need it from you. Nobody needed that video. You didn't even need to make that video. Like, I want to know the context of why you made that video because you sound so ignorant with that statement you made.
You think she sound ignorant?
Yeah, because I'm saying you sound ignorant because you said it out loud.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Say the quiet thing out loud.
Yeah, that like, how you sometimes you just go through your day and somebody tell you something and you like, bro, I could have went the rest of my life not knowing that information. Like,
I agree with you. Like, I don't understand where the motivation came from her to want to be like, you know what, this is the message I want to send out today. But I do think that is a thing, like I know for sure. And I was at, past week, I was doing Reefs Across America, right? And at the ceremony, I was just watching, and it was saying, I thought it was it was one of them things where, like, you know what, I want to do this every year, come out and just honor people like who serve, that people I know that served, and a lot of times they gone and they don't get recognized, and a lot of times they get forgotten about. So just for me, it was just a moment to be able to recognize them, say their name, put wreaths on their gravestone or whatever. But while I was there, it made me think, like, culturally, like, I don't think we are as patriotic as our counterparts. And also, like,
why you don't think so?
Huh?
Why you don't think so? I think we are absolutely patriotic.
Not to the same extent, I don't think.
I can't agree with you on that one, Trey, bro. I can't agree with you on that one.
No, I understand. Like, when you do the numbers of, like, when you go to a JROTC program, when you go to Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, when you do the numbers of a breakdown of how many, like, or people who know the Constitution, Pledge of Allegiance, there's a lot of stuff where you can say, all right, well, we're not as patriotic as everybody. It's just and
how many blacks have ever sold out this country? Even all the atrocities that this country did, how many blacks have sold out this country?
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not. That's
patriotism. That's patriotism. Just because somebody don't recite the Pledge of Allegiance, actually, that to me says more people that stand up against the wrongs in the country. Yeah, you still love your country, but I'm still gonna call you out on your BS. To me, that's more patriotism. It's not blindly letting stuff in your country slide by. Just because they might not know it, don't mean that they don't love this country. They just want to hold this country accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she said was, like, the reason why she joined, right? when you ask a typical Black American why they join, they will say stuff like what she said. When you ask a white American why they join, you think they're gonna say that? Like, being real, like for real, like honestly, like you ask most Black Americans, hey, why you join? I wouldn't be surprised if, huh? You think the response is gonna be more like hers, or like, oh, I joined because I want to defend America, or I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's, I don't know, maybe I'm off on it, but the posts I get when I kind of go to these different schools and look at and talk to these kids and see these different programs, and even at the event, is majority of it is not us, you know. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying that, like, I think there's two rights, right? Like, I do think that we are patriotic, but I also do think that there is a sector of people who think like she think, like, and I can't say like what the percentages are of that, but I think that is a thing, you know, like what she said, like you said, she said the quiet thing out loud. Like there's a lot of people that's in the armed forces that kind of think the way she think. And it was this one thing that I was always told, like, when you'll know when it's time for you to get out, or you'll know when it's time for you to move on. Like just like everything just kind of like changes in the world, just like the way your views on things when it comes to a lot of this stuff, it changes and skews. But I don't know. What's your take? What's your take on this? I don't want to.
She said what she said. I just think it's idiotic. That's all I got on it. Life goes on. Whatever backlash she get, she walked into it head first.
Yeah, I don't get the motivation behind it. I don't understand why you got to put on a uniform to go and make that type of announcement. Yeah, I just, like you said, I would like to get more context to like what led into her voice in that, and then maybe we can kind of get a better understanding of, you know, where she was coming from. But I don't agree with, what she did. But I see it, and I see it with junior members. I see it like that is a thing that people say. So I want to act like oh, you know, like it don't happen. And I think it happens more. I see it. Well, I'll go for my personal. I see it more. Those type of conversations more with us than our counterpart.
That's your final take on it?
I think this kind of goes back to the trend of what we've been saying all show is, you know, like freedom of speech. Sometimes, you know, you can say whatever you want to say, but also you got to be mindful of consequences, because I'm sure, like, you know, what she said, she's going to go back to work, and it's like that went viral. Everybody is all over the place. So you imagine like you showing up to your unit, your command, and you know, like they looking at it as like, all right, well, you know,
here's the thing.
You're not here for no like go ahead.
Yeah, that's gonna mess up the camaraderie with your unit. And the thing is, you got two choices. Either you gonna stand on that, or you gonna clarify yourself more clear. And I would choose wisely.
Yeah, I think for that young woman, I think my advice would be the same advice we told Travis Hunter: deactivate. Like I think like if you work for any organization, the last thing that they're gonna want to see is you talking bad about them. Like, it don't matter where you work for, bro. Like, you can work for, like, if she worked for the NFL and she came out, you know, and she wearing uniform, and like you work for, it don't matter who you work for. You know, people want to see that you bought into what their mission is. So I think,
and the people that's standing next to you, bro, like, people gonna look at you different, because they're gonna be like, I know you ain't got my back like that. If that's how you feel, then you ain't really brought into it. It's like a sports team. You know what I'm saying? If somebody just say, I'm just here because my parents put me here, so then I'm trying to win. You know, this means a lot to me, and you ain't trying to win, bro.
Yeah. Hey, LeBron, get your kid out of the team, boy. That boy, he just here because your name on the back of the jersey, man. Come on, bro.
So, let's go, man. Let's close it up a little bit.
What else you got? Boy, no, ain't like that. Boy, no, like, boy, I die by this shit. Boy,
I'm right about it, cuz I'm patriotic.
Well, you about to go, dog.
Patriotic.
You about to go triple 69.
I sleep with a flag every night, brother. I sleep colored up in my flag every night, my American flag, every night.
Golly. You for real? God, boy, I know that gotta be itchy.
No, I feel good. It's because it's freedom. I wrap myself in freedom every night.
You got that Chinese nylon on you, man. Golly, boy.
Nah, mine's made in America. I don't play that. You ain't finna hand me no flag that's made in China. You get out my face. My flag is made in America. I will only wave the American flag. I will not wave any flag that is made in China. Period. My flag will always be made in the U.S. Period.
See, that's where the problem is.
Red, white, and blue.
I'm trying to figure out. You can't blame that on the F on the shelf. She be like, man, you don't get this damn flag up out this damn bed. I'm trying to have a good, comfortable sleep. Like, golly, can I sleep good before you doggone? I ain't trying to be wrapped up in this with you. Old lady, she be digging and she be like, she wrapped up in the sheets with you with the doggone flag too. Both of y'all wrapped in the flag like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Damn, that's some dedication right there, boy. That's some love.
Yeah. It's my country. My country is a sweet land of liberty. Yeah.
Damn, what? See, you one of the few niggas that know that song. Boy, golly.
Yeah, bro. It's my country, bro.
Boy, you probably know the whole. You probably got a Dixie playlist, ain't you?
Nah, I ain't got no Dixie playlist. I got Dixie cups. Got Dixie cups, but I don't got a playlist.
That's close, boy. That's close. You need the cups for the playlist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Let's go with your thoughts, man. So let's move on. What is your version of love, Trey?
Love? I think love is... I want to hear your version first, man. I've been talking a lot tonight, man. I've been talking...
No, what's your version? What's your version of love?
Your last name is Love, so you got to kick it off, man.
Hey, man, you just out here giving my gun. I might be... Man, you know, trolls might be trying to get at me, bro.
Yeah,
right. You gonna have these people. I got to go change my last name now. Nah, for me, what's my version of love? To me, it's not a emotion. I think a lot of people get wrapped up in love as an emotion or a feeling. I think love is like, what's it when you're present, like you're there, like you're living in the moment. I feel like people don't really heed that word like they're supposed to. They just throw it around. They don't. They just say I love you because they feeling right. I love you right now. For me, when I say I love you, it's for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't be together, if I said I love you, I still love you. You know what I'm saying? I still love you. So I take it serious when I say it, and I mean it. So for me, my version is just to the cradle to the grave. You know what I'm saying? I can love you and not deal with you in certain aspects, right? Because some people can abuse that word love. Oh, that person loved me, so I could do this and do that. Nah, it does for me. Like with everything, it has conditions, right? Nobody loves absolutely unconditional. That's just not possible.
Or you, in one breath, you said you could, and then you said you can't.
No, I'm saying like, I just told you, I'm going to still love you, but I'm not going to allow you to do this or operate in this space. That's what I'm talking about. So that's a condition. You know what I'm saying? I can't love you unconditional and just let you run over me and do whatever you want.
You love with conditions is what you're saying.
Yeah, we all do. You got to. Because you'll be bending a fool if you love unconditional. If you really love somebody unconditionally, they just go out there and cheat and you just forgive them. Forgive them. People like that. People like that until they wake up. But yeah, we always love with conditions.
For better or for worse a condition? Because you said I can love for better. I will love you for better. You said I will love you for better or for worse, right?
But I'm still loving you. It's just that you at a distance. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I don't like Derek Carr. I don't. I never said I love Derek Carr.
You love Derek Carr.
I don't love Derek Carr.
You do. I think the way you talk about Derek Carr, that's a different type of love right there, brother.
Yeah, I want to swing on him as soon as I see him. So what's your version of love, bro?
That's the type of love too. You know what I mean? Ike had Tina, you know, they had that type of abuse love. My version of love, I think love is definitely multi-layered, and you hit on a lot of different layers when it pertains to love, and it's hard to kind of break it down. It's a deep connection to someone or something. You know, it don't always have to be a person that we tie it to. It can also be like different habits that people kind of tie things to. But when it comes to, I take love, I think it's a drug, bro. I think love is like a real, like, when we was talking about the Travis Hunter thing, and that's where it's kind of hard to kind of like judge the situation because
naive.
like
that's naive.
I mean, we saying that from the outside looking in, but he could really be deep in love, like have a deep connection with you. Don't know like
I love
where
my baby
it
mama.
stemmed
I
from.
never let her go.
But yeah, it could be like some deep love that's going on with it, and like we don't understand it. And from the outside looking in, a lot of times when people are like in these deep love situation, and we can see all the bad stuff, or sometimes we see the good stuff, and like, all right, this is what I want in a mate.
They just being blind. That's why I say, like, remove the emotions when you say you love somebody. Like, remove the emotions from.
I don't think you can.
You know?
I don't think you can.
You don't think you can?
There's no way you can remove emotions from love, bro. We're not robots. You know, I think we have all this stuff like this pumping through our bloods, and when we think of like if we have morals and principles and or beliefs and stuff that we kind of tie on how we operate and how we move, a lot of it is layered with love. You know, like treat somebody how you want them to treat you, or like love is complicated, bro, and it's tough to explain, but when you in it, you either know what it is, or sometimes you don't know what it is, and it can fuck you up, and sometimes it can treat you right. It's one of them things where if you don't have a full grasp on like who you in it with as far as a teammate, I think it needs to be collaboration when it comes to love. I don't think it should be just a one-way street. I don't think you should just like, I think love should be mutual. Like, I shouldn't be the one that's always pouring out. I shouldn't be the one that's always giving. I shouldn't be the one that's always making sacrifices. I think it's like when you both tied in and you love each other, you both, that like I would do whatever for that person, and that because I know that they would do whatever for me. It's not a one-way street.
So that's a condition. That's a condition, and that's the next question. Can you love truly be unconditional?
I think it could.
Because if that person ain't doing nothing for you, can you still love and provide for them? I think kids are loved unconditionally for sure.
Yeah. So it could be. Well, depending. So it's levels. I think it's levels. As adults, is love unconditional? Now, as it could be.
Adults love.
For instance, if your mom or dad, something happened to them, even though like sometimes people go through like situations where like it was a bad upbringing, but you know, like, they're like, you know what, that's my mom. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure that, you know, if they're in whatever situation, I'm gonna caretake them. That's love. You know, like even though people have different tragic things that happen to them, they don't tie it to, well, I'm just gonna abandon you. They still receive it as adults. I'm talking about like as adults. Like I've seen examples of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's still love, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's still I don't think it's, like I say, it's still conditions though, because you loving them at a certain level. You don't love them at the full level. So it's a condition. I think for kids, it's different because you could be mad at your kid for doing something, but you still provide for them. You still nurture them. You still move on, you know? And then I think once you get to that point where they get to that level where you just like, man, FTK, these kids, bro, then I think you're done. But yeah, I don't think it's, I just think at the levels, bro. As adults, it's not unconditional. Just not. It might be for moments. It might be for moments, but yeah, once that moment's gone.
I think it could be for adults. Just going off the example I gave you with like if it's somebody that you had a deep connection with, and then something traumatic happened in their life, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure that I see this through the end, even though like, you know, their condition changed. You know, that's not the same person I married when I got into it, but you know, as I think it's just a human nature to do right by people in a lot of instances where like it's so easy to say, you know, like, well, your health died, or it's so easy to kind of give up on love these days.
Especially social media, because you got somebody in your inbox that love you.
Damn, you got somebody in the box.
Oh no, not me. That's
they cold red, ain't it?
But next one is we often talk about high value man. What's a high value woman?
You ain't finna try to red pill me, boy. I see what you're trying to do. I'm gonna go ahead and let you jump off. I'm gonna go ahead and let you jump off the ledge first. You put it in there, boy. I'm gonna let you go.
No, I'm saying, they talk about. You hear about them say. You hear these people say high value man or this, like over 6 feet, making this much money, driving this type of car. What's considered a high value woman?
I think we should all like pursue being a high being human. I don't think we should just tie it into being a man or a woman. I think we as a doggone human species should strive to be high value humans, bro. Like how can I bring a high significant value to whoever I'm trying to bring into my life, bro? And I think that's what end a lot of all these confusions of where you bring in job status, where you live. I think when you break things down to the bare bones of like the true essence of what you're looking for in a mate. And a lot of times we tie into like materialistic things. We tie into salaries. We tie into careers, goals, and all these unexpected like parameters that just like unrealistic in a lot of senses where like, well, if he don't meet all these or if she don't meet all these, what man got a doggone check box, boy? Like ain't no man got no damn check box. If she ain't 5'6" and taller, or she got that peach ain't peaching today. I don't know what I'm saying. And she gotta have 6 figures. I ain't messing with it, bro. I ain't messing with it.
So what you're saying?
And she got weed, and she got like we put all these down. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is men are more likely to say, I'm dealing with a chick on how she make me feel versus what value, like monetary value, looks, and things like that.
No, these new niggas different. And I'm judging this off the pop balloon shit. Like, excuse my French, you know what I'm saying? YouTube don't ban me. But these new niggas different. I would see them just, you know what I'm saying? They just pop the balloon off the gate. Ha. And they don't even, the young lady ain't said a damn thing. They don't know, like, how they could be interested. Like, they different, bro. I think the dating pool, all that stuff is just like, it's a different world.
How that woman be looking though?
Like wow,
how they be looking? Because that's the first thing. That's being real. Attraction is the first thing. I got to be attracted to you to want to talk to you, to want to progress further. Sometimes I think in some environments you initially might not be attracted to a person, and y'all start just random conversation talking, and then you start falling for the person as the person. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. Everybody initial thing is physical. They're attracted to you because you physically meet what they're attracted to. That's just 100%. And it's in some cases, and I'm pretty sure some of those guys that popped the balloon when these girls came out immediately after they heard the girl talking or whatever and see what she's about, they're probably like, shouldn't have popped that balloon, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of stuff is surface level. Like a lot of stuff is not like
initially.
When we talk about what's considered high status, like it's beyond surface level stuff. It's beyond how this person. Oh, I didn't like your toes. I didn't like the way your dog. You watch them shows, it'd be like, yo, what the heck? Oh, like you ain't like her,
bro. And see, if her junk is gripping concrete, bro, like. I can't do it, bro.
Nah,
I can't do it.
I ain't seen nothing that walk out yet that gripping concrete, but I agree. Like, yeah, if it gripping concrete, would you do the pop balloon? Would you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if
would I go on there?
Back in your heyday, would that be your bag?
Nah, because I like the tradition. I just like the traditional way of meeting people out and about. And you happen upon a conversation, or you go to a mutual
it's different
friends
these days,
party.
Yeah. I can see you'd be a gamer. That'll be yours. You'll find one of them ones on them video games.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find me one of these anime doggone Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, exactly, bro.
No, I think what's your take on a hybrid? What's your high value woman? What's a high value woman for you?
I don't get into all that really, because I'm attracted to how you treat me. You know what I'm saying? How well you treat me, how well we treat each other. What do we have in common? Goals, like shared experiences that we want to do, like those type of things. That's what I'm attracted to. It's not necessarily, because my value is, how do we make each other better?
Yeah.
It's not a dollar amount on that. It's not a dollar amount. Because if you come into my life and you make me better and I make you better, then there's nothing that's going to stop us from doing what we want to do that we feel is success to us. You know what I'm saying? Not what society deems success, but what we deem success. We might be like, hey, we're happy we're working a job and making this money, and we're able to travel, do these things that we like together. Not necessarily we got to be CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, or I got to have this type of shop, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's what we deem value to us. That's what I want.
Yeah, I love that. Yes. So your value is like collaboration. Like you found like you both have like common interests. You both like there's an attraction to each other, right?
Yep.
And you both like, all right, you're driven, I'm driven. Let's find ways.
Yeah, let's come together. Yeah. How we support each other. How
together.
We ride
you
for
definitely got to come together, boy. That's key. That's key to
every
it.
time.
That's an element. If you ain't coming together, like you come fast, then you might get a pop.
Brody in the chat. What it do, Brody?
Brody.
Hey, Brody.
Let us know what's a high value BTS. You know what I'm saying? Opportunity, Brody. That's what we need to know.
That's my thing, man. I don't want to sit up here and be like, oh, I'm only going to talk to a woman that makes this much money. I'm only going to talk to I want to talk to somebody that's interested in the things that I'm interested in, that's motivated like I'm motivated, and we support each other. We make each other better and want to do more and want to achieve more in what we value. And that's what a value is.
You cooking, dog. You cooking.
Yeah.
I agree 1,000%, man. I think you tied everything together with that. I don't have nothing else to add, bro. Wise words.
All right. So last one is like indecisive people. You put that in there, right?
Oh, yeah, I put that in there, boy. Golly. All right. So this is one thing I'm working on with my therapy, right? Man, I ain't even brought this up at therapy, but I might bring it up on the next one, boy. Indecisive people, man. Mm-hmm. People who can't make a decision. Like, you like, all right, well, hey, let's go. See, I ain't scared. I'll go ahead and throw myself in there. I'll go ahead and throw myself in the heat. You know what I'm saying? I might get put on the elf in the shelf bag on the net show like you got put in. But so I was like, all right, well, this is what we should do for this evening as far as, birthday event or dinner or whatever, right? And then you're like, all right, I'll say, all right, what time y'all want to go? I don't know. What about this? Or what about that? Or what about that? To make a decision, bro. I don't care. Just make a decision, right? Get to all right, what do you want to eat? Like, I don't understand why why you can't just like make a decision and like just stand on it and just move. But people do that with every facet of their life. I don't want to, like, for me, it's just like sometimes I'm working on patience when dealing with people like that, because I just know, like, all right, well, I'm calculated, but also like, I'm also like to a point where I'm like, I'm free and want to explore and just do anything, but to conditions to where, like, all right, if you don't set a time or like restraints on or not restraints, but like parameters on stuff, you will never get anything done. Is my thing. Like, if we never go on time, we keep going back and forth about a time, and then boom, now they close, or we keep going back and forth. Like, I don't know. I think sometimes it's frustrating for me as far as dealing with indecisive people. What's your take, man? Because I can go on and on and on about indecisiveness.
For sure. I don't like it either, man, but because it's like, make a decision and let's go. Like, why we got to go like, I get you, man. Going out to eat, I'm like, if I tell you where to go ahead and pull up the menu, man. So when we sit down, what? Nothing fires me up more than when you send the waiter away like we not ready yet.
And you hungry. Come on, bro.
Hey, Brody say Cheesecake Factory can be overwhelming. He say, Trey,
they got a lot of damn cheesecake
of your background. Options, it says, Brody said, do you think it's because of your background that you're a natural leader and decisive and not indecisive?
And that's why I'm working on patience with it, because of my background. But also, I think that sometimes people want you to make the decision for them. And I think that's the frustration.
But no, they get mad when you make the decision.
And then you make the decision. Good.
I ain't want that. Like, I'm telling you, let's go back. Simple thing, when you go to a restaurant, bro, listen, I get it, last minute restaurants, we both never been here, and we like, oh, we just pulled up. But if I go, hey, Thursday, 5 o'clock, we going to this restaurant, start looking it up. Because I already looked at the menu. I already know 3 options that I want, right? And I'm going to go research the pictures. So when I pull up, the last thing I want to do is tell the waiter, bro, nothing burns me up more is sending that waiter away. And I'm hungry. Now I got to wait extra for this waiter to make their rounds, 15 more minutes and come back. And then they go, oh, boy.
Oh, man. And when that happened, me and the waiter look at each other and we give them like, damn, this nigga here. We give each other a look like,
I don't know about that already. That's what I say every time. But you know what I've learned? You know what I've learned, though? You know what I've learned? This is how I overcome that, though. This is how I be prepared because I'm trying to, you know, be patient and be respectful and not lash out and get mad. So what I've practiced doing, Trey, is ordering the appetizer. Because
you order for them?
No, I just ordered for the table. That's neutral. I don't care what you want to appetizer.
If they got a special diet, that can go sideways.
Hey, that's on them. I gave you the menu. I'm hungry now. You know what I'm saying? I want some avocado egg rolls. I'm going to order some avocado egg rolls because
I'm allergic to avocados, man. How you don't know I'm allergic to avocados?
That's on you. But that means I'm going to get to eat them. I'll probably most likely order them knowing that you were allergic to them so that I can eat them all and enjoy them.
Man,
and I'm going to look at you. Oh, you allergic to avocado? Killer, well, you should know what appetizer, because appetizer is easy. Right? It's pretty much the same everywhere, right? Appetizers.
No, they're not. They're not the same everywhere.
You know?
Like them doggone McRib egg roll appetizer that you ordered, they're specific for that damn restaurant.
But there were egg rolls. I just said avocado egg roll. I like egg rolls. So if I see egg rolls on the menu,
that McRib egg roll. Though.
I know it was rib egg rolls. So I was like, ooh, I like egg rolls. I like egg rolls. I just like it. When we go somewhere, if they got egg rolls on the menu, I'm more than likely to order. If we go to like a Chinese restaurant, I'm like pick up sticks. I'm gonna give me some. Just know I'm gonna get some wontons or egg rolls. Guarantee. You can ask Brody that.
Wontons or egg rolls. Them the two, the crab wontons.
No, that is fine.
Which golly, boy.
Oh, I don't know.
Boy, you got to bust down like a 24 piece,
bro. It's like, and you put it in that sweet and sour sauce.
Yes,
bro.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's just like, bro, why is this crack? Why is this crack? It'd be so good, bro. It's like they pinch it to perfection. How do you eat it? 2 bites or 1 bite? Sometimes when the star, like when the thing aligns, so we lost Trey. Oh man, we lost Trey. But anyway, y'all. When the stars align on these cream cheese wontons, trust me, it's heaven. It's like the straight up crispiness of them, how they fry, how they take. I love me some cream cheese wontons and some egg rolls. But on that note, we're gonna end the show. Trey had a malfunction. I don't know if he had the boo-boo or what, but he just disappeared. But thank y'all for tuning in. Culture Uncut podcast. We love you guys. And as always, please tap in with us. Follow us on all social media, IG, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you at on social media, we're there. Also, tap into us. If you're in the car, listen to us in the long form content on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you enjoy your podcast. Please tap in with us because we need y'all. We wouldn't do this without you guys, and we love the feedback that you guys be giving us. So stay tuned, please, for more. Yes, indeed. We out on that note.
Yeah. God. Cooking too, God. No, my battery died. And I ain't have it since we still live too. Since we was live, I couldn't text wifey to bring down my charger. So I was like, I was just like, I should have just cut the live and like, yo, bring down the charger. Damn, we was cooking too, boy. Let me go. I gotta go use the bathroom, dog. It's trying to log in now. It said it's loading. I ain't going nowhere. Let me get off this at least. Yeah, yeah, my bad, bro.
Did you log back in?
It still say loading. Let me get out. I'm gonna just go out and come all the way back in and see what happens. It just says still loading. Should I just exit out and try to go back in?
This is Paige DeSorbo, the co-host of Giggly Squad. I have exciting news. McDonald's has all new McCrispy strips. It's chicken made for dipping. Tender, juicy white meat chicken with a golden brown, peppery breading. It's chicken so good it deserves its own sauce. The creamy chili McCrispy strip dip, a sauce that's creamy, savory, and sweet with a little heat. But it works with any of our sauces. I'm personally a barbecue sauce girl. Even sometimes I like ketchup. I'm just like basic sometimes. But I also need it in addition to any new sauces I'm trying. With a new creamy chili McCrispy strip dip, it's chicken made for dipping, only at McDonald's.
Ever wonder what your lashes are destined for? The cards have spoken. Maybelline New York Mascara does it all. Whether you crave fully fan lashes with Lash Sensational, big, bold volume from the Colossal, a dramatic lift with Falsies Lash Lift, or natural-looking volume from Great Lash, your perfect lash future awaits. Manifest your best mascara today. Shop Maybelline New York and discover your lash destiny. Shop now at Walmart.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states.